Aston Villa 1, Bayern Munich 0. This isn't 1982, people. Pinch yourselves because it's happened again. Villa, 41 years ago, beat Bayern Munich in Rotterdam in a European Cup final. And now, today, in 2024, on the 2nd of October, we've gone and beaten them again at Villa Park. That's 2 wins out of 2 against Bayern Munich. All I can say is, can we play you every week? Absolutely love it. That is unbelievable. Emiliano Martinez, you are an unbelievable keeper. You are the world's #1. You are the best shot stopper I've ever seen, and I forever love you. And that man, Duran, Jesus Christ, he's done it. He's done it again. Duran's gone and done it again. This guy cannot stop scoring off the bench. This is an unbelievable feeling. This is our match reaction. Aston Villa 1, Bayern Munich 0. If you are new around here, smash a like. Of course, as well, subscribe to the channel and get in the comment section. We're going to rip this one right up. I cannot believe it. This is a massive, massive W right now, and something that I never, ever believed would happen in my lifetime. Seeing Villa win a Champions League game against Bayern Munich. Get the badge in. Get the badge in right there, because this is what it means, people. And you guys are incredible. Big up to everyone in the chat. Look, we did what we had to do, which was grind a result at times. But also, we had Bayern on ropes. We had them on toast. Ollie Watkins had Upamecano buttered up. How that guy played a full 90-minute game, I will never, ever know. Upamecano, you absolute fraud. You're protected by the referee. That was an absolute disgrace how he played 90 minutes. The likes of Harry Kane missing in action again. Serge Gnabry looked like he couldn't cross a road. Do you know what I mean? We kept some of their biggest players, and even Musiala off the bench couldn't impact the game. This Aston Villa team is unbelievable. And tonight was the first time this season where I went, wow, this is the levels that Aston Villa can play at. Because believe you and I, we've won games this season and we haven't played well. And this result tonight was a combination of playing both well and finding the grit. And I hope every single one of you in the chat is feeling like I am right now. And if you're watching this on replay, because this is special. This is special. You have to pinch yourself to believe that this truly is happening. This isn't 1982. We haven't just watched this game in colour version when it was in black and white. No, this is now. This is now, people. And I'm absolutely cloud 9. So big up to everyone in the chat, to Solitude, to Alex Moreno, to Miss Noopy, to PC, to Chorus, to my mum, to Captain Einstein, to Chris H. You lot are coming in clutch. Curve, massive, massive shout outs to all of you. Caleb's in the house. KHD, hidden activity. Thank you, Les and Jamie. We welcome you all. Look, I cannot get over that performance. And there's so many Villa players that I want to shout out. We're going to do some player ratings in a bit. But listen, I want to start with this. The title is all about Emmy Martinez and John Duran. And believe me when I say that these two guys need to have the credit and they're going to get the plaudits. But there were some outstanding performances from players. Pau Torres, Jesus Christ, he had a goal ruled out. Unfortunately, Jacob Ramsey couldn't keep him on side. But Pau Torres defensively tonight was next level. Next level. He was a solid rock. He was making blocks, tackles. He was very good defensively. I'm not even talking about Pau in possession. I'm talking Pau out of possession. The best defensive performance I have seen from Pau Torres in an Aston Villa shirt. And Diego brought his A game today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable from Pau Torres. Another shout out for me. He goes under the radar so much and he keeps needing these plaudits. Yuri Tillemans. This guy, he's the unsung leader on the pitch. And I'm loving everyone's positivity. I'm loving everyone's positivity in the chat. I can see it. Steve, British Mick, Hindsight, Ryan. Look, Hindsight just said all of them. I could kiss all of them all. Absolutely unbloody believable, isn't it? What a game. What a time. And I can't get over this because these performances for me are next level from these Villa players. Yuri Tillemans, unsung hero in my eyes. The man who doesn't wear the captain's armband, but the man who's got it in him. And I will tell you right now, chat, 100% Yuri Tillemans is our marshal and commander in that midfield. He's the man who dictates the ball. He's the man who is out of possession solid as well and organises the gaps of defence. He was unbelievable. A little shout out as well. Ross Barkley, when he came on as a sub, he brought that enigma, that energy in possession, marauding forward, trying to break lines. Yes, he got caught dwelling on the ball at times, but I thought the impact of Ross Barkley was incredible. But, wow, can we talk about Philogene? Philogene, that's my Villa lover. What a guy. I tweeted earlier, if you follow me, at AVFTS1 on X, I said, this is his time. I said, this is Philogene's time to shine right now. This is it. If there was ever a moment for someone to rise, it's at home against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. He was given that start over Leon Bailey. And do you know what? When I saw and when I felt that his game against Ipswich, Philogene, where he only got 30 minutes and he wasn't very impactful, I was like, come on then, you've got your start. You've got your start. And do you know what? You took that opportunity. And what was even more incredible about Philogene was that he got moved position all the time. He was out on the right-hand side. Then he got moved to the left. Then he was back on the right and there was no moaning. And do you know what? The first thing I would say about Philogene as well was that defensively, he worked his socks off. He worked his socks off and he knows what it takes. He knows what it takes now to wear this. And he said to Unai, here I am. I'm here. I'm ready to start games, Unai. You can trust me now, Unai. And I'm sure he can. I'm sure they can trust him. And listen, I'm going to come to some of the comments in a second. But those are some of the shout outs. And again, I want to come to this guy. But Ollie Watkins, for me, instrumental in wearing down that Bayern Munich team, instrumental in creating the gaps in behind for Kim and for Upamecano to come out of shape, which Rodgers could exploit. Philogene, those balls in behind were there. And that, for me, Ollie Watkins did what Ollie Watkins and Duran are now doing well. Even if Ollie doesn't score, he's tearing down their defence. He is making nightmares for defences. He's winning fouls. He's building up. He's holding the ball. And that is what I love about Ollie Watkins. But we have to talk about Emiliano Martinez. And big up to the 100 of you in here. Smash the like button if you're buzzing. Let's keep smashing the love. And I want to go to Ken M. Big up to Ken M, legend. He said, I couldn't watch the match. I'm in Turkey. I mean, I feel for you. But I think you're also lucky as well because the heart rate, Jesus Christ, Ken M, at the very end, if you Villa fans felt the same, that was unbearable to watch the last 10 minutes. Ever since we had the goal, I couldn't. That extra time was one of the worst. Imagine being at the ground. I feel exhausted. It was an emotional roller coaster. Solly says, Ollie seems to have unlimited stamina. Absolutely runs his nuts off. PC said, subscribe to get to 14k. I preach that. And we've come of age, absolutely, VJ. And it was a mix of our Man City and Arsenal performances last year. Absolutely. But some of you talk about Leon Bailey, which I'll come on to. Miss Noopy says, Tillemans, 5 tackles, 1 interceptions, 3 blocks. He was everywhere. He is exceptional today. And he's been doing it for a few weeks now. But he isn't the big name that people want to talk about. The Rodgers gets more attention. You know, Onana's been getting more attention, but Yuri Tillemans deserves every plaudit. Curve, I noticed Tillemans sprinting out for second half. That's a leader. That's a leader right there for me. And I love that mentality. Ryan says, got 2 minutes tea break left. I'm watching the watch on when I get home. Love you. Listen, the watch on was an absolute nightmare. And if you were there, you would know. For the first 15 minutes of the watch on, I couldn't get my audio to work. I thought this is going to sum up Villa's night. No. And God bless, that audio worked. But there we go. And look, I think everything was spot on tonight from Villa. I really do. I'm really do. And I hope Ken M can watch the highlights indeed. Look, quickly touch on, and Curve said, best performance since the City game, agree. Boss's Ellie game. And British Mix even gone hands down Philogene man of the match. And we're going to talk about that in a second. One maybe negative note, I guess, and it's only a small one, is that, look, Leon Bailey. Let's give Bailey the benefit of the doubt that he is carrying an injury that he simply could not shake off. And that was clear. He was the one player out of all of the Villa players who featured tonight who looked so far off the pace. And credit to Unai Emery. He made the subs. He made the call. He gave Leon Bailey 30 minutes on the pitch and said, nah, I've seen enough. You're not ready. He actually made that call. And that is when you know you've got a world-class manager. If that was Jose Mourinho, people would be absolutely on their hands and knees craving that. But no, Don Unai Emery has done what Don Unai Emery does. Tactically, in-game management, spot on again. And Unai knows ball is all I'm going to say. And as Solly's just said that. By the way, big up to Vamos, VJ, Vamos, VJ, Vamos, Vamos. Big up to your support as always. You always bring positive vibes, and that's why Villa are doing that. And look, Doors in the chat says, you need to cook Cass. I'm telling you, man, right now. And ladies in the chat, I am coming for the Never a Foul panel. I got laughed at. I got lauded. I got sort of belittled, flipped away like that when I said Villa are going to come back and beat Bayern Munich and Man United this week, and you can all sit down. They laughed at us. They laughed at us because we couldn't beat Ipswich and said, you're going to get slapped up 4 or 5-0. Well, where are they now? Where are they now? Send them my way is all I'm going to say. But yeah, some of you, up the Villa, says Kim, absolutely. But yeah, if anyone's aware, we actually sort of conquered Europe in 1982. And the Villa boys from Aston, we travelled in far. But 1982, do you know what was so amazing today? And look at these stats from Miss Noopy, who says 1 clean sheet, 7 saves from Emmy. We're going to get on to him now. Let's start with Emmy before we get on to John. Like the stream, please, people agree. And I did see British Mitt's comments about the John Duran thing. I've lost it. Yeah, I'm going to start this one and come back to that in a second. But look, it is unbelievable that we had all of the 1982 squad sat in the stands today. Of course, the difficult thing is Gary Shaw as well, just recently passing away. And it's hard to like compare someone's death and that, but it seems so fitting that this result that Villa done and the performance and the spirit is for those Holt Enders in the sky. And when you see people put heights in the chat, HEITS, that stands for Holt Enders in the sky. And that was for that performance was pure what this club means. If you ever want to know what it means to play for this club, if you want to know what it means to play for this club, watch tonight. Watch tonight. Because that was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Big up to Steve Matty Taylor, who was there at the ground. I'm sure anyone who was at the game today. But yeah, unbelievable. Right, Emmy Martinez. And cheers, Kev, as well. Yeah, let's talk them. Let's talk Emmy Martinez. Emmy Martinez, for me now, his concentration levels, when he is on it, he is freaking on it. Emmy Martinez, no doubt about it, kept Villa in this tie, or game, should I say, at crucial moments. Some of the saves he is pulling off are unbelievable. Now, against Ipswich, yes, he had that little blunder for the Delap first goal. But I'm telling you now, Emmy Martinez made some unbelievable stops. The one from Elise with his left foot, the one-on-one save against Nabry, that Kane header, those are different level. That is world number 1 levels. And this guy is everything that Aston Villa represents, striving for the best, performance levels at the top, and aiming for trophies. Emmy Martinez is not shitting around when he says that he wants Aston Villa to win a piece of silverware, and he wants to be the man who does it. And yes, there was a Bayern Munich fan caught in 4K doing the bag. And that is where Emmy Martinez's mindset for me transfers through to the team. Big up to Rank as well. He says, best in the world, you know it. Listen, Emmy Martinez's mindset transfers through to the rest of the team. A winner. We're winning trophies with this guy at the helm. We're winning silverware with Unai Emery at the helm. And I'm not getting carried away here because I'm believing what I'm seeing now with this side. We are forming something and people don't like it. People don't like it. Big up to Andy Brogan. Andy Brogan. Thank you, Andy, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I just can't get over how good this side is. Yeah. What did British Mick say? We can beat these because they leave their CBs dangerously unprotected. Absolutely. Can we talk about that level of defending? Because I go back to it. Anyone in here in this chat knows that Upamecano should have been sent off today, right? Upamecano shouldn't have not played 90 minutes of football. And that is due to the work of Ollie Watkins. And that is the fact that Aston Villa exposed the space in behind. Alphonso Davies is a road runner. He goes beep, beep up the left-hand flank. Conrad Lyman wants to invert inside. Kimmich wasn't there protecting. Villa found the space. Villa found the potential. And boy, oh boy, we absolutely found the weaknesses of Bayern Munich and we made it count. But without a doubt for me, I have to talk about Manuel Neuer. We go to Emmy Martinez. and his heroic saves and his big games. But can we talk about Manuel Neuer? Because that guy needs some brain surgery. That guy needs help. That guy needs a sitting down. That guy needs absolute head loss moment in the changing rooms. Why does this keeper keep thinking he's a janitor? Why does he think he's someone who needs to get a brush out and start mopping up the floor? Because his positioning is someone who can't seem to want to understand that his role as a goalkeeper is to protect his goal, right? Manuel Neuer's positioning was absolutely outrageously bad. And John Duran, there was only one man who would have done that. And I'm not just saying this to take the piss, right? But Ollie Watkins, I don't fancy Ollie Watkins from their shooting. And that is something that I've got to be really real with here. Ollie Watkins probably wouldn't have scored that opportunity. But the form and confidence that John Duran is in, only he could have taken on that shot. Only he has the awareness and vision to see Manuel Neuer off his line like that. And only he could execute that. And I stand by that right now, chat. I stand by that right now. Duran is the only man who could have executed that. Not a Leon Bailey, not an Ollie Watkins, not a Jacob Ramsey. That ball fell to the right man. But the way that he rolled on Picano with his body shape, the way he was able to caress that ball into the goal with composure and not just be a rash finish. That is why John Duran, and I've said this over and over again, John Duran is one of the best finishers I've seen in the Premier League for a while. And that's not me over-exaggerating. This guy is a calm, cool, collected finisher. Calm, cool, collected finisher. And I just wonder now, is this guy genuinely just going to thrive off being a super sub? Is the combination... yeah, PC, you're right. It's going to score that many. Listen, Ollie Watkins, I am an Ollie Watkins lover. He absolutely plays the starter role perfect. He grinds them down into the ground. He grinds the defence down into the ground until they're battered, ruined, and confidence low, and even getting red cards. And do you know what? Duran knows his role. I'll come off the bench and I'll finish them off, Ollie. And I think this is what Britt Smith said. Duran misrelishes his super sub role. It's working for him. He's far more effective, and he accepts it's a perfect scenario for us. I've got to agree on that. Let that be a thing. And my voice is going. But yes, PC, you've converted me into that. And you guys are unbelievable out here. Keep smashing the like button. We're going to get into it in a second, who your player of the match was. But JD, yeah, and yes, we forget Ollie's not an actual goal scorer, but JD is. And 100%, that is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, is that essentially Ollie Watkins is everything for me of an all-round striker in terms of hold-up play, in terms of bullying defences, in terms of pulling people left, right and Wigan. He does that so beautifully. The only thing that Ollie Watkins doesn't have is that natural finishing ability. And that is going to come. That is going to come. I tell you now. That is going to come. And look, John Duran, let him be a super sub. Let him be that guy. Let him be that guy. Exactly, Farmer. You love Luca Dean. Neuer off his line because Watkins' runs made him have to be that far out to beat the balls. Exactly, Jonathan. That's great analysis there. I agree on that one. Of course, Manuel Neuer always plays like the sweeper. But the fact that the Bayern defence wants to play the stupid high line with Upamecano and Kim left at the back exposed, wow. And that was something I've got to admit here right now, chat. Anyone notice how Unai Emery tweets our defensive structure? Did you notice that we didn't try and play Highline FC? Did you notice that we weren't as high as usual and leaving Pau Torres and Diego Carlos exposed? We tweaked our tactics. We didn't play as high. Yes, we didn't sit too deep, although we did in the last 10 minutes, and that was excruciatingly painful. But we pressed high in the right areas, and we sat in the right places. Look, I've got to ask you guys now this question, genuinely. Mixed reviews in the chat. And thank you, Rank. I think we're going to make top 4 as well. Guys, I want to know right now in the chat, okay, who genuinely was your player of the match? Who are you giving it to? Philogene, Pau, Emmy, Duran? Which one? Which one takes the plaudits for you? I'd love to know in the comments as well. I'm just riding on cloud 9 right now. I can't believe it. I keep having to say this. Pinch yourselves. This isn't 1982. This isn't 1982. Emi Martinez is the best in the world at what he does, shot stopping. And I think in a way as well, even when Emi tried to feign that injury to get in the referee's head and slow the game down, it sort of worked at the right time. And that was nuts. DB always unbiased. True rank. DB man, Emmy just about. Can we please talk about why most refs always look the other way? Farmy. Oh, don't get me ranting on that ref. Chorus is going on Duran. PC's going on Pau. Martinez is strength for resets is so sorry. Paul says, what on earth you want? Watkins has got. Watkins is a good finisher. I didn't say but I think, all right, if I didn't say he's got natural, Watkins is someone who's had to work really hard on his finishing. If you're a centre forward and a striker, there's certain strikers who aren't natural finishers. Okay, there's certain strikers. Gabriel Jesus, a real prime example in my head, not a natural finisher. Ollie Watkins has improved his finishing. John Duran is one of those gifted players that when the ball falls to his feet, he can find the back of the net naturally. And there is a difference maybe for strikers who are natural and players who work very hard in their finishing ability. Ollie is a good finisher. He's not a natural, though. Finding the back of the net does not come natural to him as easy as it does for John Duran. And you can see in John Duran's composure and in his technique the difference there. And I do believe in that. And Tim S., what a quote. What was my mum doing with that mop? Who does he think he is? Some kind of cleaner? Exactly that. What does he think he's doing mopping up at the back? Quote of the year, I tell you. But everything's working out for Villa. This performance puts us back on the map and hopefully we'll get respect. And Chris Kelly, love the chanting. British mate, Philogene, have watched game or Martinez for big moments. Look, Philogene, I think he's just told Unai Emery, start me against Man United. Hasn't he? Has Philogene just told Unai, you have to start me? Leon Bailey, oh, look at this kid. He got Rodgers' shirt. He's over the moon. He cannot believe it after Rodgers' interview. Look, man of the match, says Miss Newbie. She's gone with Martinez. He saved 7 Bayern shots on target. Without the accident, it could have been different. It's some good shot stopping. But yeah, Emmy's getting that. Emmy's getting the plaudits. But yeah, as I said, the referee, a serious word about the referee, all joking aside. 2 facts about this referee. Number 1, he was crap. Number 2, first time he's ever refereed Bayern Munich. Did you know that? First time that referee's ever refereed Bayern Munich. And he's obviously, clearly why. He's in their pay packet, isn't he? He's in their pay packet now. He's on their books. They brought him in. Because no joke of a lie. I'm not joking here. I thought that he missed some huge moments. And what annoyed me is Stuart Atwell against Ipswich missed 3 yellow card offences on Sam Morsey. Upamecano had 3 tackles on Ollie Watkins and only got punished for 1. Absolute joke. Just showing that Duran replay again. I love the way I had to look onside. And do you know what I even had to forget? Who else went absolutely nuts like I did when Pau Torres put the ball in the net and how the whole Holt End and Villa Park is? And how annoying is it that the goal got ruled out for offside? That moment hurt because when you go crazy and when you celebrate and then you get brought back down to planet Zorg by basically saying, no, that's ruled out. That hurts. Look, that was a roller coaster moment from us having a disallowed goal, for us then having, some massive Emi Martinez saves, for then John Duran just to do it again. Every Villa fan felt it. Duran's going to come off the bench and do something, and he did. And now I have, and listen, I said this season Villa will get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League before a ball was kicked. I told, never a foul. Again, they laughed at me. Villa will get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're showing stuff that other teams are scared of. What we have to do now is go back up against dusty Man United at the weekend. We owe Man United, by the way. But this is going to be the one little side question. Can Aston Villa find the intensity, what we've shown tonight, because that was our best performance of the season, to go do that again against Man United on Sunday? That's what I've got to ask. That's what I've got to ask. And that is the spirit, PC. And yeah, and you're right, Solly, that could have affected the confidence of our teams. Exactly that. Big up to every single one of you. What would be a good finish for Villa this UCL? I'd said quarterfinals would be incredible for us. If Villa get a top 4 finish in quarterfinals of Champions League, freaking hell. Unbelievable. Unbelievable year. But let's see what happens. Look, all eyes are on that. I'm going to wrap it up. I think we all need to lie down. I can't get over how good of a performance that was today. I've loved all your interactions in the chat. This is going to be the way forward now. After every Villa game, we're going to go live and have a chat and live off the brilliant moments that are Aston Villa Football Club. Special night. Had to be a historic night. Remember this? We beat these lot in 1982 at Rotterdam, 1-0. And we've just done it again at Villa Park. Incredible. Let that sink in. How weird is history? How weird can history be in terms of repeating itself? That's unbelievable. Chat, make sure that you turn your notification bell on so you never miss an upload, because we're going to be hitting the Villa content hard now. And there's so much to talk about. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Luke from Up the Villa podcast. We're going to be doing a chat about the 24 hours later, basically, and having a look at Man United ahead. We're unbeaten against Bayern Munich. That's 2 wins out of 2 as well. We're undefeated against Bayern Munich. How we present? Theo just got back from the game. I bet you loved it, Theo. Unbelievable. Unbloody believable. And yeah, so much to talk about. We'll be back tomorrow night to just talk all Villa again. You lot have been legends. Big up to Tim S, to Cloudy, to Theo, to Crunchy, to Vamos VJ, to Kevin, to Miss Noopy, to Solly, to Jonathan, to Troy, to Matt Parker, to Rank, to Graham, to British Mick. There's so many great comments. Hindsight. Everyone who's commented in this, I genuinely love it. Chris Kelly. Enjoy it, bask in it, and make sure you let everyone who you see tomorrow remind them that we're Aston Villa and we're unbeaten against Bayern Munich. Can your club say that? I doubt it. James is coming tomorrow. Big up to IlJ1982. Big up to Cloudy. Big up to the rest of you. Callum, let's have it. I'm out of here. Up the bloody Villa. Ta-ah.